Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. So I picked up an Arrma Kraton 4x4 4S BLX. Just picked it up today. Cost $3.99. I think, I don't know if you can see that there. $3.99 from my local hobby store. We already cracked the seals on this just to take a look inside the box. And this thing is so big I can't even get it within frame. So I'm just gonna pop that open real quick. What's inside? This is the actual truck. Take off the cardboard, some tools and stuff. We'll put that to the side for now. The actual truck, let's get it out. Alright, this thing is a beast. Also got the little cardboard with the radio and stuff. So let's just look at that real quick. Not going to be super exciting, but I've never owned one of these radios, so I am a little bit curious on how it actually works. This is the Spectrum, I think it's called the STX2 2.4 gigahertz radio. Much maligned. I don't know, I've never owned one of these, so we'll see how it is. Initial thoughts on the radio. They did increase, this trigger stiffness. Actually, the trigger feels really good. Perfect spring, almost no slop, although you can actually bend it out of place, but actually feels decent. The wheel feels pretty terrible, but looks like it has all the adjustments you really need. Throttle, neutral, normal, reverse, steering trim, throttle trim, string rate, throttle rate, and then the throttle limiter, so you can actually make it a little bit slower. A couple of LEDs and an on-off switch. Doesn't seem terrible. I mean, the Tactic TTX, what is it, 300? It's one of my favorite, actually my favorite RTR radio. This does not seem that bad, honestly. Here's the actual truck. Get the saran wrap off. Body clips off. So pretty cool. I like the color scheme, obviously. Red, white, and black is sort of my colors. Nice looking body, actually. The graphics look really awesome. Body clip retainers. Let's pop those off. Seriously heavy duty wing there. Pop that off. Don't just dash blast, of course. Arrma trademark. Yeah, so here's the actual truck. Gigantic wheels. This is actually my first speed truck, I guess is how you would market the Kraton, sort of a high-speed truggy. I actually owned an Arrma Kraton 4x4 3S, and I sold that just a month or two ago, even though that was like my favorite truck that I bought last year. I actually did a little 2018 Truck of the Year, and that was my pick. And so you're probably wondering, why did I sell my Arrma Kraton if I loved it so much? And the reason is because they were coming out with this. I knew they were going to come out with the 4S version of the 3S line. They're pretty much the same design, just a bunch of upgraded and beefed up parts. And so I said, well, if they're going to come out with the 4S thing, I might as well sell my 3S. And I ended up selling it for just about what I bought it for. So it was a really good deal to sell that off. And then they announced this. And to be honest with you, I was a little underwhelmed. I didn't expect a lot of changes. They actually made more changes than I thought. Like I wasn't expecting these 16mm shocks, this chassis brace, steel spur gear, gigantic tires and stuff. But what I was disappointed in was the price. At $400, I was kind of surprised. I thought they would either just upgrade the 3S to just a whole line of 4S vehicles, or they'd keep it probably around $375, $380. That price range, because honestly the cost to make one of these is not really that much more than a 3S line. I mean, an ESC, yeah, it's a higher amp ESC, higher amp motor, but a couple aluminum pieces here, but realistically it's the exact same car. The cost of making longer arms or bigger tires is pretty much the same price as the 3S line. The cost to make a ESC is going to be almost exactly the same cost to Arrma to make a 3S version. So it didn't make sense to me that they jacked up the price $100, without really making any component improvements, right? These shocks are not going to cost more to make than a 12mm bore shock. So Anyways, slightly disappointed in the price. This came out about 2 weeks ago. Did not pick one up. Was just kind of debating whether to get this or not get this or pick up the Outcast. And what I finally decided was that, you know, the granite was already kind of overpowered on 3S for such a small chassis. And I didn't think the Outcast would actually be that much fun on force. It's honestly too small of a truck to me for that much power. And, you know, watching other videos out there, people that ran it on force, it looked really hard to control. And, you know, maybe I'm wussing out, but if I want to run 3S or force, I really like something with a little bit longer wheelbase, a little bit wider stance. The wing obviously is good. So for that purpose, I finally decided to get the Kraton. And so here it is, the Arrma Kraton. So going through it real quick, I believe the chassis is the same as the 3S line for the Sentin, the Typhon, and the Big Rock. It's sort of their extended length chassis that is used for A-scale buggies, short course trucks, that kind of thing. The Arrma Granite has the short chassis, which is shared with the Outcast, and it's only like 11.5 inches. I think this is somewhere around 12.8 inches or so, 12.5, somewhere around there. So longer chassis, it's just going to be easier to drive on a lot of power. So other changes, obviously, as I mentioned, the chassis brace, motor, heatsink, and fan. The upgraded servo from the 6S line, I think it's 17 kilograms. The upgraded ESC, 128 amps. It's got this dual sort of Y connector ESC battery connector, but they do not give you a plug to basically wrap around, so you will have to either make your own little plug or either solder on your own connector or something like that. I do run an EC5, so I'm glad to see that. Beefed up body mounts. These are quite elastic, so should be a little more durable. I like that a lot better than the Arrma Granite ones, which were pretty much non-adjustable. I mean, they had a tiny bit of height change, but were pretty much the same. Beefed up shocks look pretty good. That was really the only issue I had with the Arrma Granite. The stock plastic shocks leaked a bit. Mine weren't like super bad, but I know a lot of other people had problems with those leaking. Adjustable turnbuckles are nice. They got the beefed up drive shafts front and rear, the extended arms, these gigantic tires. I don't know, this sort of pattern does not feel quite right. There are foams inside, so that's good to see. They are quite soft and squishy, so should provide decent traction, but we'll have to see how that performs on dirt. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty much the standard Arrma 3S lineup, right? You got, oh, this is a gigantic wheelie bar back here. Yeah, just good looking truck overall. So I just wanted to show you guys this if you haven't seen one for some reason. There are a lot of other videos out there. I'm a little late to the party on this one, but it did actually take me a while to decide whether I was going to get one and which one I was going to buy. I mean, probably today I was at the hobby store just looking at the different cars and just thinking about it for like 2 hours. Like, should I get the Typhon? I mean, the Outcast. Should I get the Kraton? And I've never had one of these types of trucks either. But I think it'll be more fun on 3S. And I actually don't even have any 4S batteries, so debating whether I'll do that or maybe I'll just get 2 connectors. I could do it that way. Run some 2S batteries and see how that goes. But yeah, this seems like fun. Pretty excited. Haven't had, you know, I converted my Tenacity into a short course truck for the track, and I was basically missing a 4x4 basher, so this fits the bill nicely. Obviously, this is, you know, going to be a pretty fun truck, and looking forward to driving. So anyways, just wanted to introduce that. Look for more videos on this soon, some running videos, and then eventually a review video, of course. Please like, subscribe to my channel as always, hit the add notifications button, and look for more videos soon.